What's going on? What's going on? This is your boy, the historian, getting ready to get this thing started. We got the party line today to celebrate the Falcons win. We didn't really get into it yesterday. We had a like, you like that session, but go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button so we can go ahead and get this thing started for you guys and let y'all come in here and chop it up with us tonight. It's the Birdcage, man. You either get right or you get left.
Okay, y'all, this is it.
We're not gonna waste no time, man. Let's go ahead and dive into it. We got Graybeard and we got K Dub in the place to be tonight. What's up, fellas?
What it is?
Man, what is going on the glory, victory, Tuesday that we've been blessed upon? Man, hey, man, this is the party line, man. It was a good game last night. I'm happy. I'm tired, but I'm happy. I'm just glad we got the dub so we can get the monkey off our chest. Man, Jack, I think the whole city right now has new energy. I mean, I felt it today when I was at work. So, yeah, man, we needed this win.
Man, all I can tell you is at this point, I spent my energy today here in Philadelphia. Y'all saw what was in the chat again when I had somebody to say it was luck, and it's no such thing as luck when we took the draws from them. Ain't no luck. Your
Took them
defense
draws.
just didn't get it done.
Slid them draws
So-
right off of them. Yeah.
Man, all I can say is I really enjoyed being able to go to work here in Philly, and it was silent. It was silent, and I'm talking about somebody wanted to fight today, and I laughed about it. I said that ain't what you want. I was gonna say just take your lumps and call it a day. So, at this point, it's just like, hey man, you just got to get it where you got to get in where you fit in, man. Get it on the good foot, as we would say.
Hey, we don't have to take our L. So, so go ahead and get you one of Shay fresh, never frozen, made daily, fresh, hot ale, Philly style, with some wings on the side. You feel me? Yeah, I get over it.
Man,
Fresh.
put the cheesesteak up, man. We went on ahead and did all lemon pepper flats for these jokers. I love the drumsticks, but we went lemon pepper flat, and it was wet last night. That's how we went in on them last night.
I'm with you there, Nathan. That one for Quan.
Yeah, man,
Yes,
that was for Quan, man.
Tell
R.I.P.
me, babe.
All right. So here's the thing that we could talk about tonight about last night's win. The thing that really impressed me was the fact that Cousins, was really starting to get his sea legs back. You can see that. Cousins is getting his sea legs back. When you look at the fact that he's been, how can I put it? He's been struggling. Of course, anybody with a serious injury like that mentally is going to struggle, but he started to get comfortable when he had time. And if you notice, he moved around in the pocket a lot. He did not have happy feet. He moved around in the pocket, he planted, and he got rid of the ball. What do you think got him in the position mentally to where he's starting to trust himself again? And you seeing the rhythm come in just at a rapid pace.
I think it go with that offensive line. The offensive line played the best I have seen in about a year last night in Philly. That offensive line exerted their will against a very formidable defensive front. And when Kirk Cousins seen how the offensive line was creating holes for the running back, and then on top of that, the pass protection, we only gave up one sack last night. And
Mm-hmm.
he felt comfortable in that pocket. And I also think the way that Zach was calling the game, I think him and Kirk slowly but surely started to get on the same page. But I think Troy Aikman said it last night. He's not fully healthy, so everybody knows. But you've seen the confidence he had dropping back. He wasn't fitting in. The man was just pretty much patting the ball and getting it out of his hand. So I think the offensive line played a part in it.
Okay, Doug.
Well, I feel like uh, basically what he's saying, man. With the offensive line not having to deal with a T.J. Watt just destroying your damn game plan.
Mm,
Man, you can actually see what the offense is supposed to work like. And I just felt like I don't care what anyone else says. I mean, I'm standing on it. That I think Zach Robinson was in it. He was in his bag, and he got the run game. He was mixing it up with Algier and Bijan. Bijan has to equate for those damn not interceptions, but the
That fumble.
drop fumble, and not picking up those passes. He has too many mistakes to be a top 10 pick. You got to play like each down. You got a hellified backup behind you. So I just feel like we clean up those mistakes. I do. I still like the way that Bijan ran. Now I'm not taking that. I'm not gonna poo-poo his performance, but he has to clean up the mistakes that he's having. That'll kill us. That'll kill us later. That'll kill us later in future games and future situations, football situations down the road. But for as Kirk Cousins being Kirk Cousins, I just feel like with him not having that preseason, he's just shaking off that rust. I just feel like
agreed.
we're going to play better on defense and we're going to play better on offense. There was just a little taste. There was a little taste, a little kiss right there last night to show the fans, like, man, we have been in that. We have been on that practice field working. We have been out there at Flowery Branch putting in that work. And for all the naysayers and all the people that talk trash all week, you know, uh, that's to you guys, to the media and to everybody that's spoke badly about the guys. That's why I
Even
say
if
even kill. I wasn't gonna overreact. I just say you guys got to go back to the drawing board and protect better, and then we could get better results. And that's what happened. Like I said, escape out of Philadelphia with some type of win. I mean, I don't care if it look as ugly as it did against Georgia and Kentucky, and that's exactly what happened. We got out there with a 1 point win, the same way we did in Kentucky, and that's the name of the game, man. You're not gonna blow people out every day here in the NFL. The name of the game is survive and advance. I don't care if we win one by 1 point against every team. It is what it is. That's how we're gonna do it, and that's how we got to get it done. But other than that, for as Kurt, is continue to keep being Kurt, continue to shake off that rust, and continue to play better, and go ahead and shock the world and beat the Super Bowl champs this particular Sunday coming up.
Can I go ahead and pass you the collection plate? Because damn it, you had one of them long ass prayers that mostly everybody, all the you got that one deacon in the church, everybody ready to get up out of the church, and your ass want to have that long ass prayer.
Put it right here. Put it right here
Hey, well,
for the
catch
Hey,
it
continued
on.
we
building. For
gonna
the
Well,
lose out
catch
on
it
the look.
on.
We gonna lose out on the
Amen.
building fund because of that.
Amen, everyone.
for the
Okay.
courage fund. Here it is right here.
Hey, when all those, but you know, you hit everything on the head when it comes to that. But
Mm-hmm.
I got called a hater for calling Bijan out on that. I got called a hater for this. But the problem is this: when are you going? When are you going to practice your ball security? Because your ball
Yeah.
security is piss poor. You know,
Yeah,
the first
yeah,
shot
that's
where
kind
he
of
had
bad.
that 10-yard, the first shot that he had, the 10-yard run or whatnot, Josh Sweat came up and knocked his jockstrap loose. Period. So when he
Yeah.
spun, Sweat, and he literally held on to it. He held on to it. But he ended up, you know, like I said, that would have been bad if that ball would have came out early, because one thing I can say Philly was doing early in the game, they were putting hats on Bijan. They were hitting him. And
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not talking about just tackling them. They was literally laying some wood. That's pretty much what was happening. But I got to give it to him because he didn't let it deter him. He was running the stretch plays very well, coming on the edge or whatnot. And I'll say this, like I've said before, Bijan is not strong between the tackles like that. That's not his game. That is not his game. If you look at it, Bijan thrives on running on the edge, but then if you give him a crease to cut back in, he can bring it back inside. But the guy that's literally north and south, I'll tell you right now, Tyler Algier would have run over CJ Gardner Johnson on that 4th and
oh
1.
yeah, oh
We were
yeah.
all pissed because they didn't put him in. It's like, dang, we know Top Bijan been getting it, but guess what? When you're in 4th and short, you got to give it to that tank. He was fine because if you notice, he was a little dinged up, but he was fine when he celebrated with the team. He was fine.
Nah, I ain't seeing anything.
Yeah, because he still ran down the sideline. I said, okay, he's doing okay. It was just more so of a coaching call. Maybe it was
From
preventative
three-quarters,
maintenance. They didn't want him to get hurt.
I mean, he might have
probably.
got nick now. I mean, but they just put on the injury report. It may
But
just be a little nick.
but here's the thing: we didn't turn over the ball, even though the fumble was there. He jumped back on it. Kirk Cousins almost had a pick when he telegraphed the pass, but it didn't happen. But the best part was we didn't turn over the ball, for number one. The second thing that we have to start seeing, Bijan, I'm gonna call you out on this. I
Oh,
got to see you close a game. I got to see you close a game as a running back. We have yet to see you close out a game. Tyler Algier, we've seen him close out games for us. The few that we did win, but we've
Yeah.
seen what a closer does. Bijan has to show that he's a closer. We know he's dynamic, but let's be real. They didn't use him as much in the fourth in the running game like that. They was letting Kirk throw the ball around the yard in the fourth quarter. And when you look at it, like we said, Darnell Mooney, you
huge.
cannot give up on a route. That is a cardinal sin. You cannot give up on a route like that. That was egregious. It takes a lot for us to really call you out. But when we see you literally stop in the middle of a route, which Troy Aikman called out, and a couple of people on not just social media, but you talk about former wide receivers that was watching the game say, hey man, you keep running. Because that was a walk-in 6 right there. Kirk, I'm not even mad because Kirk put that ball in the perfect spot to where only his guy could get it.
He made it. He made up for it though.
Oh yeah. He definitely made up for it. I got to
He
give him
made
that.
up for him.
At the end of the game, those two big chunk plays that he caught and set us up, that was beautiful.
Did you
Beautiful.
notice how comfortable they were in the last 2 minutes of the game, and how that packing offense was flowing? Started off with Kyle Pitts when he got that first down, and they just were getting chunk play after chunk play after chunk play.
You don't have to think in a 2-minute offense. You just go. That's the best part. You didn't have to
Yeah.
think. Kirk
Yeah.
plays better in a 2-minute offense than he does when he has to set up and think, unless he's not rolling out. But I like what I saw when he rolled out a few times. I can honestly say you're
Yeah.
seeing that like he's getting that rhythm back.
You think he's
But yeah,
starting to get comfortable in the offense?
yeah, I mean he's comfortable, but like just like the historian just pointed out to us that he's very, 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 very versed in the 2-minute offense. That's what he really excels in. People have
Oh,
certain things that they excel well in, and that's something that Kirk Cousins does well. Is he really enjoys and really dials it in when he's in the 2-minute offense. Even Drake London piggybacked that by saying even in the off season when we were in training camp. that he's lights out in 2 minute offense. So I mean, his story was very correct in mentioning that. So that's what we want to be in. Put us in the 2 minute situation, but let Kirk be Kirk, and let's go
I
win.
I also think that Mac Thomas was starting to take the take the training wheels off a little bit and well, because he was really like you said, Kato, and getting into it bad. We didn't keep stretch plays like
I
that
mean, I
when we
guess he's
played
taking the
Pittsburgh.
training wheel off himself because Kirk Cousins is a
No,
veteran.
I
He's the
think
rook. He's the
no,
rookie.
no. But you got to understand though the reason
Yeah,
why they had the training wheels on there because he's
yeah.
not fully healthy. And now they were just like, you know what, we need to get this dub. So let me see what he can do right now, and especially with the
I'm not.
last 2 minutes. And
I'm not
I
gonna
like
say
what
that.
he.
I'm
No,
not
go
gonna
ahead.
say, man. I'm just gonna put for the record. I'm not saying the guy was not healthy because Kirk Cousins spring he's fully healthy. It just was a T.J. Watt phenomenon. That's I mean, because he looked like he was moving around very well last night. So you can't
Yeah,
just get from unhealthy to healthy in 1 week. So I just
no,
feel
yeah,
like it was just a T.J. Watt extravaganza, and we had a timid offensive coordinator first game calling it. I think he just didn't call the best game of his life and TJ Watt destroyed our whole game plan. And on to the next week, and we played a lot better.
yeah. I mean, we took some lumps from growing pain, but I do think I like how Dak called the game. I like how him and Kirk, like I said, are starting to get some type of continuity. But I think one of the MVPs of the game is that offensive line. Offensive line really did their job last night, especially in the run blocking. Man, we rushed for over 100 and some odd yards. Bijan looked good. Tyler looked good. And then with the
Mm,
one thing we already talked about is the pass protection.
mm.
The man had lanes to throw the football.
I didn't
Literally
hear
had
Caleb
lanes to do.
McGarrett name not one time
That
last night.
beautiful,
I was like,
I
beautiful.
say
okay.
I say it just like this: is he did his thing last night, but I need consistency.
Oh yes,
So
Lord. I ain't
until
told.
one game does not take you out of the doghouse with me.
I
Mm-mm.
didn't
I'm
say you
sorry.
got the doghouse.
Oh no,
I
no,
just
no,
I
no.
didn't hear
I
his
know
name.
you didn't say it. I'm saying that. Just because we're praising him now, him and Kyle Pitts.
I'm not even praising him. I just said I didn't hear his name. I'm not praising no one. I didn't hear your name. That's all I'm saying.
But here's the thing that Zach Robinson figured out what he did. If you notice, he put stronger blockers on his side with him
Yeah, he did.
because it was a play where Bijan actually stepped up and actually put his shoulder into a linebacker's chest
Yeah, that
and
was
put him
Nolan
down.
Smith. That was Nolan
Yep.
Smith, a former Bulldog.
Hey, it's what it is. He an Eagle now.
He put
Yeah,
him on the
He an
guy.
Eagle now. He an enemy right. He an enemy right
yeah.
now. As much as
You only
I love
you
them as
only
dogs, guess what? If you ain't
yeah,
got that red and black on still, and you ain't got that bird on the side of your helmet, it's a
yeah.
done deal.
Yeah, you only a dog at G Day or something like that now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Other
you
than
get
that,
love. You get love. You get love when you're supporting the dogs, and we
yeah,
thank you for the championship. But
yeah,
nah, you got to
yeah,
go.
yeah.
But
You got
yeah,
to go.
I agree. I think Dak learned from his mistake. I think he started to adjust a little bit more and be like, okay, before they even start getting heat, let me go ahead and put a running back here and get a chip block or another tight end to help on that side
So I'm,
to give maximum protection for Kirk Cousins, and it showed. It was very very effective, and I think we need to build on that. Next week against the defending Super Bowl champions.
so I'm kind of thinking that that Pittsburgh game was an excellent game for us to basically see where basically self scout to see where our weaknesses are, to see so that Zach Robinson can see also what I need to do to make this offense go. And now I see you'll probably see that extra help the rest of the damn season because McGarry is a walking turnstile. So
But that
what
was a
will
clean game last night by
yeah,
our O
That was
yeah,
line
clean.
too.
That was
yeah,
clean.
We
That was
got
yeah,
about a
no
clean.
penalties on us last night. It was defensive penalties that we got.
yeah,
That was about as
That was a
clean as you can
clean
get.
game.
About as clean as
yeah,
you can get for offensive line.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, way to turn it around. Kudos to the offensive line. I know I'm not giving y'all any awards or anything, but great job of protecting that $100 million man, keeping him clean. He got sacked, I think, one time.
One.
They got in there, but I mean that's still pretty great compared to what we've seen last week. So keep up the great work, offensive line coach. Everybody, way to work as a team, work as a one unit. Uh, I think we see if we continue to do more of that, protect Kirk. I mean, great things are going to happen. I'm going to stick there and say that Ray McLeod is going to make the Pro Bowl this year. You know,
What?
I put it in the chat, and Kirk Cousins say he backing it up. He said Ray McLeod will make him a Pro Bowl this year. I'm gonna
Oh,
take that to the
I'd be
bank.
happy if it happened, but that's kind of
I'm just saying.
shocking. I want
I'm,
Draco to make the Pro Bowl, but
I
anyway.
mean, he may make it also. But what I'm saying is, Ray McLeod is gonna make the Pro Bowl.
Okay.
I mean,
Barring that he stay,
if he slang
barring,
4,000-5,000 more yards.
barring that he stays healthy and don't do nothing else stupid like he did last night. I'm
Yeah.
still hot with that Joker. He too much of a veteran to kill
Oh,
momentum on a drive like that.
oh,
Ain't no.
you talk about when you
Yeah,
punch that dude?
because here's the thing. CJ Gardner Johnson is an agitator. We all know this.
You can
We
gator.
all know this.
You can gator. You know.
When that man slapped your mouthpiece and you took a swing at him. Like
Why
really?
why he slapping that man mouthpiece though?
Because he
Because he
do dumb
already know
stuff
he's gonna
like that.
warrant.
He
He
always
know he's
been
gonna get a
doing that
penalty.
stuff, man.
No, no,
He
no, no, no,
know
no, 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 no. Why he pick him in particular? He don't know this guy in particular.
It
it
don't
don't
matter.
matter. He always
No, no,
pick
no.
people to do
Y'all
it.
ain't answering. Y'all ain't answering the question. Don't beat around dance. Why he picking him in particular?
What do you think he was gonna try to do to kill the momentum on our drive?
No, I'm just saying. Why did CDJ Gardner Johnson pick him in particular?
Because he was the
Because
first
Ray Ray's
person
a
he seen.
hothead, bro. He figured that out because he was. Think about it. Ray was
Nah, man,
getting
y'all
agitated with
reaching.
no.
Y'all
You
reaching.
asked the
Y'all
question. I'm
reaching.
answering your question.
Stop reaching.
Here's the thing. Ray was already chirping with dude before that even happened, and CJ figured that he could get inside his head because every time Ray did something, he was looking to try to start something with him. I
He
don't
ain't
know
try
if you
to.
paid attention to that on that drive because
He ain't try.
he was mouthing off,
Yeah, he
and
ain't
Ray
try
Ray
that with
was.
Draco.
That man seen Ray McLeod as a threat out there making plays. That's
That
why. That's
wasn't
why
just
you.
him seeing
That's
it as
why.
a
That's
threat
why
because
you.
guess what?
That's what.
He was messing with Bijan too.
This is my analysis now. I mean, you said what you said. I feel like he picked him out because hey man, this man gonna have a big game here. So let me get in his head and play around. But he took it too far. He actually played into C.J. Gardner Johnson's hands and did what he did. But what I'm trying to get at is that's why he was singled out.
Nah,
And
I
that's
just think
and that's what you call and here's the thing, and that's what you call it, like I see it, a lack of mental toughness. Because guess what? People do stuff like that. The Pistons used to do that to the Bulls all the time. Think
I'm not
about it.
saying it was right. I'm just saying he has
No,
to
but
do better.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but here's the thing. I
Yeah.
know you got a love affair with Ray McLeod, and I know you standing 10 toes down with him. But real talk, you can't sit there and put your team in a bad spot when you have momentum. You can't do that because in a big game, yeah, we won this game. I love it. But in the future, you can't be hot-headed like that. You have to think. If you got a guy like that, first he started with Bijan Robinson. Bijan just looked at him and laughed and kept going. Ray was the one who pretty much fell for the what did they say? How does John say it? The banana in the tailpipe. That was what he fell for.
he
And
did.
Drake looked at him after he caught that pass and smirked at him because CJ was trying to mess with everybody on the offense. But CJ been doing this since he was at Florida. Think about it. We all remember when DeAndre Swift ran him over because he was mouthing off and put him out the game. We all remember that. And when Javon Williams put them paws on him too and got
No, I'm
suspended
not.
for that.
You preaching to the choir. You acting like I think that's okay. No, the man does not need to be catching any more penalties going forward.
Nah.
I'm just saying I do not concur on him getting the penalty, but I'm just saying for him sticking up for himself and let him know this ain't your granddaddy Falcon. You ain't finna push us around, and it ain't finna happen today, and it ain't gonna happen tomorrow. That's what I like about it. That's the only thing I like about it. It's not okay, but we cannot get those penalties moving forward. Period.
Yeah, I agree with you with standing up for yourself, but you got to pick and choose. And the thing is, as much as I don't like CJ Gardner Johnson, but as a former safety, I got to honestly give him his credit because he is crafty. He makes up for his lack of deficiencies because he's one of them dudes that you see on the field. He's good enough to make a play to piss you off, but he also is going to sit there and try to agitate you and take you out of your game. I'm gonna be real. I consider CJ Gardner Johnson, and he's a dirty player too, by the way. That's the thing I can't stand. He's a dirty player, but he reminds you of them old school Pistons. You know, I had to throw a basketball term in here. John that slid up in here. And you know, John is a basketball specialist. John, you remember how them Pistons was back when Isaiah Thomas and them boys was? They could all play, but they would play mind games with you and play some dirt and do some dirty tactics, just like CJ Gardner Johnson.
Especially Lambert.
Jesus. Don't remind me about Lambert.
I like Lambert, man.
Lambert was dirty.
I ain't gonna lie. I wish we did have Lambert on this team, though. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm saying, though. You gotta like a dirty player.
Lambert.
Hey, but you know what? I say that because my squad is not doing it. But if he was on my squad, I love him. I'd be like, yeah, dirty motor scooter. But guess what? He helping us win.
You need an enforcer on the championship team.
You got that in Bankhead.
If you notice, Simmons was making play. He was disruptive, but I mean, Bates was the one who was getting headlines. But Simmons was disruptive. But pay attention to the attitude that Simmons has brought to this defense after week one.
Simmons said, man, Bankhead is the reason why I signed him. The number one. I wanted to play alongside of Bankhead Bates. And so I mean, everything working out like a good old marriage right now. So we like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of marriage, we got somebody who might not bring folks together with a real marriage, but what he is going to bring together is folks in this congregation with how he marries the Falcons and the Falcon fans. We got John the Crooked Deacon up in the church. What's happening, John?
Great to have you there, John. How's it hanging today?
Welcome to the Partyline, John. The wings is over there on the left. We got the Kool-Aid on the right. We had to work on the shoe models or whatever. They'll be coming a little later, but that's Birdcage LLC after dark. So, you know, we talked about that yesterday.
I'm looking for the wine. Isn't this first Sunday? Is this first Sunday? No.
We got the wine over here too, John. What you want? Thunderbird or Ripple?
I want
or MD 2020.
I want
some sham pepper
that can go and be camouflaged as Manischewitz, because if the police come in, I want to make sure I'm serving communion when they come to the door.
I got you.
Just to keep the church on the up and up, and be sure to contribute to the building fund. I know the building was just built last week, but upkeep and other things must be collected in order for things to remain as they is. Now, let's get to this game. We talked about it a little bit last night, and K-Dub, I'm gonna tell you like Chris Rock said. I don't agree with it, but I understand. Now, the official that made the call.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Buddy could have done a little slick, because see, I've done this before.
Oh.
I've gone across a man's face and said, "Yeah, he over there." I'm pointing. That finger's out. By the time I go across that jaw, over there. Now he just short-changed it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But Mr. Official, why does that man have my mouthpiece in his hand? Why he got my mouthpiece in his hand? Because all during the time that the official was trying to talk to him and look at him, man still had his mouthpiece, the orange mouthpiece, in his doggone hand. Now, okay, you talking about me, you saw me. Why this man got my mouthpiece in his hand? How did he get it? He had to touch me in order to get that mouthpiece out of where, off of my doggone uniform, off of my grill. All right. Now, ref, just like I said last night, your defensive line was doing everything they could do to get back there at Hurts. But I saw one sequence where Grady Jarrett's arm was in, I can't remember whose chest it was. I'm going to have to look back. But his arm was in his chest going downward, because he had his whole arm in his chest here. And the player had him pinned with two arms holding it, trying to keep him from getting away. Official right there, looking at it. man, stuff like that really pisses me off, because you standing there, you watching this, you not making a call. Now, ref, what do I have to do to get a call? Am I going to have to foul you?
Nah, don't do that. You get ejected.
Your butt?
You get ejected.
Man, go back to my thing is this, go back to the longest yard or whatever. I'm not talking about Adam Sandler where it was funny.
No, I know
I'm talking,
which one
go back to
about.
the Mean Machine, the original Mean Machine, where Burt Reynolds was sitting there firing off.
Yeah.
If the refs don't want to take care of it, I'll take care of
it. If you don't clean it up, I'm gonna clean it up. Or do like Charles Barkley. They called a ticky-tack foul on Charles Barkley. Man, that ain't no foul. Boom. Now that's a foul right there.
That's a foul.
That's a foul right there. And see, my thing is that, okay, that's why during the game, and I think I posted during your halftime analysis yesterday, I said the coach and those assistants need to be working them refs just like back in the day. Buddy Ryan, Arb Levy, those old school coaches, man, that man on the sideline, he called pure hell the whole 60 minutes of the game because they were in his ear all that time. I would have called a timeout. Hey, ref, hey, white hat, come here. You see what's going on out here. Now, if you don't want this to devolve into something that you're not going to be able to control, you better get this thing under control, and you better start calling some stuff. Because hey, what am I supposed to do when I'm trying to play by the rules? When I'm trying to play it right? You all penalize us for ticky-tack stuff. These jokers getting away with pure D murder. I mean, they're 15 and 20-year prison sentences for what these jokers doing out here on the dog. Okay, but you gonna give me life for a speeding ticket? Oh man, come on, y'all keep that up. We gonna show you how we can play football. And
all we need Eddie Goldman to do, John, is pop up and say, "You want your cornbread?" That's all we want him to do. He already big, just like Goldmouth was with Life. Shoot, get him to be that cornbread guy.
And what was I getting ready to say? Yeah. This is what you need. And K-Dub, I'm gonna say this. Now you said we need to have a thug on the team, a couple of thugs on the team. Your whole team.
No, I was talking about Yeah. Well,
he said
your whole team. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I substituted the word enforcer for thug and for the people. For the people out there, I want to make sure that in my analogy, thug and enforcer are the same thing.
There you go.
He can have a little thug in him, but he's the enforcer.
No, I'm going to say this.
There you go. What's going on, Mike?
Your whole team needs to be like that. Yeah. So that thing is, you run up, I said, the smallest man, you run up on the smallest man, you going to get just as good if you ran up on the biggest man. Okay?
Well, you know, Ray Ray McLeod is one of the smallest on the team, and he took a swing at Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I got to give him that.
Yeah.
He let him know from jump. I just did, like I was telling K-Dub, I don't mind him fighting. It was just at the time when we was driving the ball. That was what I was upset about, because I was like, dang, we was moving the ball on them jokers. They couldn't stop us on that drive. And that kind of slowed us down to get 3 in that drive. But
I mean, you learn from that situation. I'm praying that he learned from it. We don't have that situation happen no time else in this season.
But I got a feeling the defense. My thing is this: I got a feeling the defense is going to be the next that's going to get into a fisticuffs. If you really want to know the truth, I believe Justin Simmons. I'm gonna be 100. Justin Simmons is gonna be the one that's gonna throw the first punch. Bates gonna be right there with it, just like we saw in that Pittsburgh game.
Either him or Judon. Judon did
You know what Judon from, right?
You see Judon talking that trash.
Y'all know what Judon from, right? That boy from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And if anybody know about Baton Rouge, home of the Southern University, and you know about the south side of Baton Rouge, where he from, you understand why he like that. Trust me. Bootsy tried to tell you about it.
Hey, you know what? You know what the beautiful thing about it though? Simmons and Bates act like brothers if you watch how they act when they on the field. Like brothers from another mother. I see why Simmons wanted to come get with Bates because Bates was the best one up to his caliber. So he like going here. Now they all of a sudden just like brothers. I can tell they feeding off each other, and Simmons still trying to catch the playbook just a little bit.
Yeah, he trying to catch that playbook.
But
he got through in the mix.
Yeah, so once he do, I can see where it's going because he like, look, Bates, you just take everything outside, I'll drop in the box and knock everything down that's trying to come. And then they switch out. So a quarterback don't never know who the free is. So as long as you can get some pressure off that line and make him throw something crazy, because I'm going to be honest, he better be glad Jesse Bates slid on that interception, or else that'd have been a touchdown because wasn't no one in his vicinity. He just so happened.
Walk-off pick six.
Yeah, it'd have been a whole
that'd
pick
been
six.
even more nasty.
He just slid. But if he'd have really positioned himself to catch it, oh, he was gone. Wasn't nobody even over there.
Hey, Rich, but I'm okay with how it happened because guess what? Ellis came off that edge with an attitude and said, oh, no, you're not going to have no time tonight. Ellis stepped up on that last play because here's the thing, like John was saying earlier, and we barely can see you, bro. We just see the top of your head. We barely can see you. We need a little bit more light if you got some.
Yeah, that's better. There you go. That's a little better.
Yeah. But what he was saying was they were holding. We all saw this all night. Judon was running. Think about it. The sack that Judon got, that dude was holding the back of that man's shoulder pads, damn near a horse collar. And man, he ran through it and went and he got Simmons. He got hurt.
Wasn't even the only penalty on that drive because they showed it on the screen. Remember, they ineligible
lineman downfield.
All night long. 2 or 3
all night long.
They had 4 penalties of illegal lineman downfield last night.
All night long. And it was
John, you got an echo, bro.
It wasn't even just one.
I heard that. But that was echoing. Okay, is it gone?
Yeah. Nah,
it's gone now. Go ahead.
You got to step in front of that light for it to come back on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just, man, I'm going to be honest, something I seen last night too, and I hate it's like this. Boy, Nate Landman, the heartbeat of that defense, and I seen it in the way they played last night. If Nate Landman had been out there, Saquon Barkley wouldn't have got them 9 yards per carry, I promise you, because he know what gap to shoot in. Troy Anderson got to move to the right gap.
No, but when Troy did shoot in the gap, Saquon Barkley little boy at him yesterday. Well, hold on. William, you know this is open for everybody to come in, right? If you can come in, it's the party line, man. But
because I get what you're saying. To wrap up, that was his only problem. He trying to just throw his arm out there. Nate Landman coming to tackle you. He ain't coming to play with you. You know.
I miss Orlando out there, but I mean that's a part of the game.
I know it.
Of course. Learn how to win without these guys. They come back and help us out later on down the road.
Gotta build your depth. But William, just to answer this here's the thing. It don't work like that all the time. Nope. You gotta understand. When you had a game like we had last night, that's what you call a war of attrition type game. We're gonna have more grudge matches this year than blowouts. I know you want to blow out, but the way that this team is built, they're built for grudge matches. They're gonna slow it down. Eventually, they're gonna be able to score more points, but they are going to have grudge match type games. That is the Falcons' mantra. The Falcons like to fight all the way through. They started it last year with this defense, but if you look at it, the team understands they play 60 minutes. They don't give up like Granddaddy's Falcons used to give up when the game was over. They play all 60 minutes.
And I think they just tired of getting pushed around because, I'm going to be honest, it's not even just the Falcons. Look at how the league, look at the whole NFC South. Did you hear the commentator yesterday? He said, man, I'm going to be honest. He said maybe the NFC South is
better than we giving them credit for, because you see it from the Saints to the Tampa Bay. He said now you see it with the Falcons, and he said the same thing I said. You don't want Kirk Cousins to get the clicking.
Yeah.
Because if he get the clicking,
Troy Aikman said that last night. He said he hurt right now still.
But you don't want him to figure, because I'm going to be honest, in that fourth quarter, I'm going to tell you what I seen him do, and it made me happy. He started saying, fuck it. Oh, my bad. He started saying, forget it. I'm going to plant this back foot, and I'm going to go on and throw this ball. Because he knew what was on the line. Now, true indeed, they were going up against a prevent, but that, to me, that was still beautiful. The way he ate that whole defense up. Like, I love the offensive line just off yesterday's game. I'm going to give it to them. They figured it out. Put Charlie Warren over here to help Caleb McGarry, and there you go. We got an offensive line, no problem.
I said it last week.
That's why I think they do be listening to us. They kick all that. We don't listen to the fans.
And here's the thing. And here's the thing. I said when we run the ball, McGarry is a guy that's a better run blocker than pass blocker.
Oh, he gonna bully you every time.
Yeah, he'll bully. But here's the funny part, though. When you look at
I ain't mean to cut you off, Ryan. Did you see how he bullied Nolan Smith yesterday?
Yeah,
everybody was bullying.
Bijan hit Nolan Smith right in his chest yesterday and put him down.
Yeah, he did.
Think about it. Nolan came off the edge and McGarry held him up, and you just saw Bijan just lunge into him, and he just went back. And I just sat back and I said, I guess Bijan tired of us talking about his piss poor blocking for pass protection. He definitely stepped into his chest. I gotta give him that.
Which surprised me.
Kyle Pitt was playing. He was sticking it.
We talked about that last night. We said Pitts had hella blocks last night. He had 3 great blocks, but I got to give it to the man that's up behind me tonight. Drake. Everybody's talking about the game-winning catch. That was not what impressed me last night. What impressed me was Drake engaging with linebackers and defensive linemen, blocking for Bijan or Tyler, trying to create lanes for his guys. What receivers do you see really trying to get nasty with it like that?
No one.
Hey, look, man.
It ain't too many.
Now I'm gonna say this. If you had taken a chest x-ray of your offensive coordinator last night, you would have seen a size 13 boot in his chest from the inside. And they had to get Raheem Morris's foot out of his rear end because of what took place last week. Because I know, and I have assurance that Raheem Morris, I don't know whether you all saw this cartoon, The Boondocks, where Buddy had that iron boot on and took off from one end of the hall, clanking that iron boot to kick this other man in the gonad. And he coughed up all of the information. That's what Raheem Morris did, and you could tell it last night. You could tell it because of the game plan that was being called. It was because last week, like I told you last week, that game plan that we called last week was that cheap vanilla ice cream where the cream is on one side and that old jelly is on the other side. Okay, that old cheap vanilla ice cream. That's what you had last week. Last night, I'm not gonna say it was Rocky Road, but it was butter pecan. You had variation.
I like butter pecan.
You had variation. You had things that they weren't expecting. All right, it wasn't where you could play the Falcons for any one thing. You had variety.
Mm-hmm.
Worlds better than what you had last week. And the offensive line coach, look. See, I get mad about certain things because of the fact that
the dollar so I crazy,
That junk, you don't even recognize the name of it. They show us so same to the ice cream name, they put tape over ice cream. That's all it is.
The flavor right ice cream.
Yeah, a Flavor Right or Surefine or
Flavor right.
this is ice cream. But these people get paid too much damn money for us to come in and diagnose the problem that they should be knowing about. They get paid too much doggone money. Offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, head coaches, advisors, they get paid too much doggone money. We diagnose the problem every time we come on. We diagnose the problem. We tell them what the problem is. Oh,
John, you know
somebody
why?
wakes up next week and decides to put a man over there to help Miguel out.
Hey,
Well,
man.
duh.
John, do you know why? Do you know why a lot of these coaches and all these offensive minds and these gurus struggle? Let's be real. A lot of these guys are marinated differently. It's not like it once was where you had coordinators that came through the ranks and they were marinated very differently. You know what I mean? It's not like how it used to be because let's be real. Andy Reid was marinated under Bill Walsh. Goes from Bill Walsh to Mike Holmgren. He goes from Holmgren being a quarterback coach and the OC or whatnot to coming to Philly and doing his thing. When you look at it, Mike Holmgren was groomed under the Bill Walsh system. Belichick groomed under the Big Tuna, Bill Parcells. And you look at all these coaches, Tom Coughlin, I'm just speaking on coaches that were groomed. You know, Bill Cowher under Marty Schottenheimer. And I mean, you look at so many of these coaches now, these young coaches, they only have an offensive coordinator job for probably 2 years. They don't spend 7, 8, 9 years as a position coach or a coordinator like they used to. And they're not groomed. They don't ask questions. They go off of analytics. They're not taught the game like the game was once taught. You don't have coordinators that are students of the game anymore. Oh, they're just a coordinator. No. I want my offensive coordinator to be a student of the game. I want you to understand why we run a 4-3 defense, how it came up. What's the concept of a 4-3 defense? I need you to know why we run a Tampa 2 or a 2 deep or pretty much or a 3 deep zone or a nickel. I need you to understand why a dime coverage is played. I need you to understand all of this. These coaches can talk about it, but they don't understand it. That is what's different between the old school coaches and the new school coaches and the reason why guys can't break stuff down. What's up, Will?
Will, what it is, homie?
What's going on?
Froze, my guy.
Will done froze, man.
Hey,
Will,
what I did
drop out and come back, Will.
I want to say real quick, that's why I like Zach Robinson, because he was a quarterback. Now, being a quarterback and play calling are two separate things. So once he can marry the two, he gonna be nasty because he actually played the game.
But can we keep him? That's the question. Because you know how they do with coordinators. They get 1 or 2 good years and then
gone. The head coach.
That's the question.
Now, see, this is the problem I have with Zach Robinson. Okay, when you get this job, you supposed to be ready day one. You supposed to be ready. If we go, if I'm looking at, okay, an offensive coordinator who has been seasoned, just like Ryan was describing, okay, you have to be seasoned to be able to be ready to go. That's why back in the 90s, in the 80s, you grab former head coaches, former good assistants from other teams to build your coaching staff. You didn't try out too many rookies, okay? You didn't really let too many rookies have the reins, all right? Because see, right now, he might make a good quarterbacks coach, and he definitely needs to work with Kirk Cousins, because Kirk Cousins has Ryan Ice, or what did they say in one of them places?
They call Matt Ryan Ice. That's what they call people who was Matt Ryan fans.
Yeah. I'm talking about the actual disease.
Well, I mean, that's what John, but that's what he was in LA. He was a quarterback coach / passing game coordinator.
Well, I understand. Now, he needs to get to working with Kirk Cousins, because Kirk Cousins is a starer. He is a starer. Now, that play that Drake London faked Buddy out on the line and went to the sideline.
Uh-oh.
Oh, dang.
You got faked out of your own camera. God damn, John.
He was cooking.
But I got a question. Why would
What's
Philly
up?
running like a cover fire the majority of the night?
Okay,
Oh,
man, I
John's
had
back
to, I
in.
had to,
Okay.
yeah, I had to get a phone call came in right while I was talking. At any rate, all right, you know why that was so open? He peeping in the backfield looking at doggone Kirk Cousins because everybody knew Kirk Cousins staring at where he's getting ready to throw.
But
Now,
that could mistake on his
great
end.
route, huh?
But
What
that
was
was a
that?
mistake
Great
on
here.
that was a mistake
That was a mistake on his part.
on
Yeah, true.
slavery because
Darius Slay
you learned that at prep. You don't never stare in the backfield.
John,
Well,
here's the thing,
the
and we
problem
gotta
is
let
that.
William cook real quick because William just got back. We gonna
Yeah,
let
yeah.
him cook,
Okay,
and
hey,
I'm gonna
William,
let you
go on
get
in.
your. I'm gonna let you get the rest of yours, but I know William at work that money right now. What you
Yeah.
got, Will?
Well, what you got?
Yo, what's up, fellas, man? I ain't gonna be able
What's
to be
going
long.
on?
I'm gonna be in the back, but man, it was a good team effort win. I know it wasn't pretty, but I'm glad that we hold Jalen Hurts down and Shaquan Barkley causes to win a game. But moving forward, man, we just got to be better sound tackle and try to get some turnover. I know JC Bates the third and we call Judon be stepping up. But they need to do something with Arnold Ebiketie, man, because I don't think he consistent, man. And what's his name? Who else be blowing me? Lorenzo Carter. I understand they ain't doing nothing, but they need to put some James Smith more too. 50, number 50. He played his ass off, man. And moving forward, man, the offense gonna clear like you say. I expect us to take care of business against Kansas Chiefs. Limit, contain Mahomes. Don't let Travis Kelsey bull rushes, but they're gonna try to play a dirty game because I hope Taylor Swift gonna be in Atlanta. So,
Oh
whew.
yeah, she gonna be in Atlanta.
But we
Oh,
need this
she
win though,
gonna be there.
man. We need this win, take care of business, and we got the Saints and they playing their ass off. So we're gonna have to limit them explosive plays this week here, and hopefully, Trey Anderson, man, he work on his sound tackling and being disciplined. That's our
Stop
problem.
getting
We
mushed.
let a lot of people have a lot of same mobile quarterbacks.
What y'all expect from a guy that ain't played linebacker but
Yo, he only
2
played
damn
line a
years?
year.
Let's
And
be real.
barely a
He
year.
truly, dog. He played 1 year college linebacker and 2 years in the NFL. That is not enough time to be an NFL linebacker.
That's like
He
one
is a football player, but he does not understand the intricacies of being in that position. That is why I say he needs to be an edge rusher.
Yeah,
Hell, Zach
maneuver his
Harrison
legs.
needs to be played more. He should have
Yeah.
been played more than Lorenzo Carter and freaking Arnold Ebiketie. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm sorry
Linebacker
about
one of the
that,
most
Unless
man.
harder
unless this
position to play
unless
on
this
defense.
unless this coaching staff done haven't fell in lot of love with Zach Harris. I don't know what's going on.
No, I
Because
just think he
Harrison ain't
might
a
be in the dark.
problem.
I just think they just trying to really focus in on Troy
Yeah.
Anderson, but Troy and like Ryan said, Troy Anderson is not a true linebacker. First of all, linebacker is like one of the hardest positions to play, especially if you're not good at it. And then you asking this man to play weak side linebacker, and then he can't even cover that well, even though he's fast. Man, look, man, we're gonna get toasted. Travis Kelce's gonna have his way with him, so we're gonna have to do something with him.
Yeah, he learned in OJT.
Oh yeah,
His
on
on
the
the
job
job training.
training.
And as a linebacker, that is a position that you don't want to learn on the job training because here's the thing: you have to read, you have to react, you have to be able to shed a 300-pounder to make a play. You have to
Yeah.
be in a position to make sound tackles. So it's just what it is, man.
Well,
And at
we
this
love his
point,
speed. I just wish we had
at,
a bona fide linebacker.
but
Okay,
here's the
go ahead.
thing: we've had a chance to have a bona fide linebacker. We've had a chance to bring in guys, but
Huh.
they want to stick with what they have. They believe in that. But as I said before, you got to get a guy with some experience playing that position. Captain America, as they call the kid, Bertrand or whatever his name is. I'll be honest with you. He ain't ready.
Nah, he
The
ain't ready
game's
yet.
too fast for him. Outside of it being too fast for him, he looks like he's stuck in cement. We need to get him a speed coach. The kid knows how to play, but if he had Trey Anderson speed, I would actually be okay with him playing because he was going to take his lumps. But you got to start looking for linebackers. I said a long time ago, when we passed up on Chad Muma at that linebacker spot, it
Oh
hurt us.
man,
Chad Muma would have been a hell of a middle linebacker for us. Kay Nellis would have been an outside backer, and Nate Landman would have been another great outside linebacker. That would have been a hell of a linebacking core. But we passed up on it. We let Foyer Luakan go because we didn't want to, because we couldn't pay him. They could have found a way to pay him, but guess what?
Couldn't pay him.
But here's the thing. He's and I remember it was a member that we had on the show a while ago who used to be part of our staff. Used to always give me grief. He ain't all that good. He just overrated. I said, okay. Well, he led Atlanta in tackles for 3 years, 2 times as a special teams player, once starter, and then goes to Jacksonville and has been the team leading tackler since he's been there.
Mm-hmm.
So, again.
Oh, we missing. We missed.
Oh, we missed.
If you had Foyer Luakan with these linebackers,
we certified.
Oh yeah, we there. We dying.
John, we go back to the 1980 Falcons with Joel Williams. We go back with Buddy Curry. We go back with we go back to having Foote and Kuykendall and those boys and Greg Rosina at the end of his career. We go back to having a nasty linebacking core. Period.
That's big.
Yeah, like I see shades of the Grits Blitz defense with this defense. It take a lot for me to say that because I respect Claude Humphrey and all those guys that played on that defense. Roland Lawrence, Ken Reeves, Jeff Morrow. I respect that whole defense, period. And if I compare these guys to them, that says something because that defense is still, they don't want to give them credit for it, but they're in the record books for having the lowest point total in NFL history. The 85 Bears didn't do it. The 2000 Ravens didn't do it. The 2002 Buccaneers didn't do it. So again, you have the ingredients for a championship team. Defense wins championships. Offense takes you there.
Yeah.
What's going on, Playboy Trey? One half of the Water Boys. All dripping, no faucet. Y'all gotta check the Water Boys out, man. They're on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Hit those guys up, man. Definitely great content. Shout out to the Water Boys. Be Rich, the other half isn't here right now, but thank you, Trey, for coming through. You can jump in if you want, bro. We got the link in the chat. Go ahead, Graybeard.
No, I'm just saying, I just think now the way the defense is playing and how we build up on it is to just, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it, man. I don't think we need to try to overcomplicate stuff. I think Jimmy Lake pretty much called a good game yesterday. And, Grady was getting held, and freaking Judon was pretty much getting dragged damn near by a freaking shoulder pad majority of the night, but they still overcame that and still made plays. If we were consistent, one of the goals that we wanted to do before we called the game was to get off on third down. We had a huge play, kept them stopped them on a fourth down conversion. Jesse Kimmy, when he knocked that ball out, that was Jesse Bates, kept them from getting that first down. Instead of getting 7, they had to settle for 3. So I just think the defense just find a way to stop and get them out of the red zone.
We're going to take a quick commercial break real quick, and I'm going to come back to John. Hold up real quick. We got to take a quick commercial break. We got you, John. Hold that thought.
Yeah.
What the hell going on here?
What's going on here is pretty much the Saints versus the Falcons September the 29th at Dave & Buster's. We call this the hunting grounds. So all the fans of the Birdcage and the Falcons are welcome to come. We definitely would love to have you there. Also, we have a live show that will be taking place after the game. We're going to be giving out prizes for raffle tickets. So when you purchase your ticket, you're automatically in. We're going to have hors d'oeuvres, a cash bar there as well. So if you're not interested in the cash bar or the hors d'oeuvres, go ahead and get that food from the waiters and waitresses. So you can contact us at 404-585-1445 or the Birdcage LLC at gmail.com. You either get right or you get left. Ghost. Birdcage. Tickets are we're starting to run out of tickets. September 20th is the last date that you can pay for the event. Please, please, please tap into it with us. Tickets have gone fast, and we're definitely trying to get rid of the last little bit of tickets or whatnot. So y'all
Get your
come up,
tickets.
tell a friend, and tell a friend. John,
Get
what
your
you got
tickets.
for us?
Last night I had no problems with the defense. I had no problems with the defense. The defense did what it was they were supposed to do. If they hadn't been held like I've been fussing, hollering, crying, and cramping about, they would have, they would have had many sacks. They would have had many sacks. They had to resort, and see, that's a compliment. That's really a compliment on your defense because of the fact that you had to resort to those type of methods to stop us. You relied on the referees not seeing things. You relied on being able to hold folks and all of that. Now you were playing basically the University of Georgia up on that defensive line. Okay. Yeah. Hey, look. Thing is that they outweighed you. They had to resort to that to stop you. Then on the back end covered. Back end covered. All right, taking care of business. My only problem is this offense. My questions still remain. My doubts still remain because you saved our haggis from the fire last night. Can you do it again this coming Sunday? Because this is another primetime game. And kudos to the Falcons team because of the fact you did this on Monday Night Football, where everybody in the nation saw what you have. Now, this was prime for an embarrassment. This was prime for an embarrassment. But you, and the way that you won it, the way that you drove down the field and got that versus the opportunity that you had last Sunday, 100% improvement. I can say I was proud. I can say, yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there. And the thing about this, do you remember how you felt last night after this was a W?
Oh,
I couldn't even go to sleep.
I barely went to sleep last night.
Do you? I mean, just really. No, it wasn't a Super Bowl. No, it wasn't the NFC Championship. It was a W.
It felt good, man.
It
How
just felt
long
good
has
to
it
win.
been
Boy, it
since
was a
you've
release.
seen
It was
a
a release.
W like this?
John, I got something
How
for you
long
to
it
add
been
to
since
that,
we
friend.
won on a Monday night? Come on, now.
It's
Yeah.
been
When the
years.
last time we won on a Monday
It's been
night?
been a few years.
John, and here's the thing, I got something for y'all or whatever for the Monday night. Now, we've had to hear all day from the media what the Falcons did not do. I'm sorry, what the Eagles did not do, how they screwed up at the end. And no one wants to talk about how the Falcons just came into their house and were in a difficult place to play and took a win. No one wants to give us credit for, no one wants to give the Falcons credit for handling business when they had the opportunity. That's what championship teams do. I'll say this, we're heading into the direction of being a contender right now, because guess what? When you give a team an opportunity, and as my coach would always say, you leave a coward around long enough, you pretty much, they'll bust you in the mouth. I'm not saying we cowards, because we far from that, but they decided to play with their food. A wounded tiger is one of the most dangerous animals on this earth. They fight back. We were wounded. At the end of that game, when that game we thought it was over with, guess what? That 2-minute drill was flawless. It was run to perfection. And I'm gonna put this out here, and I'm gonna let y'all just chop it up on this. The Falcons left 13 points on the board, and it shouldn't even been a comeback situation. We left 13 points on the board, and it wouldn't even been a comeback situation. It would have just been a good old-fashioned ass whipping that we gave them. How do y'all feel about that? Because we left 13 points on the board. Let's be real on that.
Now, in my mind, we really left more than 13, because if Darnell Mooney had caught that pass, that was a tutty. On 4th and 1, if they went on to put Tyler in there, that was another one. Then remember we were 3rd and goal, and we decided to throw it to on the out route to Mooney. So you talking about 3 touchdowns left before even the 4th quarter. They just couldn't get it in there because they tried to get cute. I don't know what it is with these offensive coordinators. You run it down there, and I get you trying to trick them, but I'm to a point where if they can't stop it, why go away from it? They ain't stopped it. We just ran it down here. We didn't even do a pass play. We ran it one whole drive. And then you want to pass when you get in the goal line. Just run it again and throw Algiers in there. I get that Bijan is a good runner, but when it comes to that short distance, man, go on and put the tank in there and quit playing. You know, but
now let me say something about that. Now, Tyler Algier got hurt. Limped off the field. And I was looking for him, but I never did see him on the sidelines or anything. Now, no one has said anything about him being injured, but I didn't see him anymore because that's that same thing.
Oh, no, when Drake scored that touchdown, he ran. He actually sprinted down the sideline. He was fine. He sprinted down the sideline.
He was fine.
Okay, he was fine, John.
Offensive coordinator. Why the man
No,
wasn't in there?
But you know
that
what?
probably been a precaution though, to make sure he ain't. You don't want to get him bumped up for the
I
next
think
game.
he wanted to keep feeding. He felt Bijan was the hot hand and he had the better night. But again, Algier was falling forward. I'm like, I get he had the hot hand, but you got to feed the guy that literally eats up short yardage and definitely is hard to tackle like a bull in a china shop. That's the best way to describe him.
But and my problem too, that formation, single back on a 4th and 1. Man, look, since we don't have a fullback on the roster, and this is what I've been told, we don't have a fullback on the roster, and a lot of times we'll use a tight end back there. This is what a lot of NFL teams do. They don't have a fullback on the roster, so they use a tight end. But look, you supposed to go full heavy. Diesel burning vehicles in the backfield, Mack trucks on the line, thick ankles all the way around. And you look, put the transmission in grandma. You ain't trying to win.
But if you remember,
you trying to drag. Hey, you ever seen any of those tractor trailer races where? You ever seen one of those tractor trailer races where when you stomp on the gas, the front end of the truck come up and that mug twist to the side because that back end digging. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
If you remember, Kyle Shanahan used to use Dontarie Pope.
Yeah. No, well, let me see. Dontarie Pope?
It was one of
Pope played in 15. Pope was here in 15 when he first got here.
Yeah, he was here in 15.
Okay, yeah. Hey, Kansas City used to use him. Kansas City had him throwing passes.
Yeah, that was Andy Reid.
I mean, yeah. Cause Andy Reid, and see, that's what you got to look out for next week. Ain't no telling what them just.
Hey, but I'm gonna be honest though. I really think that, and I seen it in the game. I see what Kirk Cousins mean. After Kirk Cousins took that sack, it's like something clicked in his brain. Like that's what he needed to get knocked the rust off. Like. I like it because this team finally seen that they can win this offense. Yeah. And when you finally see that you can win, this Philly game might be what turns this offense on. And I'm just going to be honest.
Look that switch, man. Look that switch.
Because that 2-minute drill just showed you that they can do it. I think it's more so the play calling is changed on Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins probably like he told him in the preseason, let me go knock the rust off because he know him. But they said no. So now he got to treat these first 2 or 3 games like the preseason for him to, because I seen in that 2-minute drive, man, y'all do not want Kirk Cousins and Zach Robinson on the same page for real.
No, you do not.
Rich, what did I say yesterday? Remember I said this yesterday, fam. I told everybody this on the show. I said the worst thing I said by week 7, I've been preaching this since the offseason. By week 7, that passing game is going to be on. because you got to look at the timing routes that we've been running, and you're seeing guys making plays. But by week 7, that passing game is going to be all on point because
Matt
they have
Ryan
gone through
said-
a gauntlet. They've gone
Matt
through
Ryan
a
said
gauntlet
it out his
early.
own mouth. Matt
Yeah.
Ryan said that
Yeah, 'cause I watched the
last
Eli.
drive.
I don't
pay no attention to what that bum. I don't pay no attention. But hey, he's a
Hey,
commentator
if Matt
now.
Ryan, Peyton Manning, and Eli Manning say the same thing, you
All
can't
3
say
of them
it.
said
Okay,
it,
now
John.
those two, yes.
All
Come on,
3 of them
man.
said it.
But
John,
I'm
I'm not gonna. John, no, wait a minute. We ain't doing this today. This the party line. You ain't finna come up in here disrespecting the only MVP quarterback we had who was better than Barkowski. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Hold up. I'm not disrespecting him. I'm talking facts.
Yeah, the man
But-
got an
but hold
MVP.
on.
What
Nah,
else
man,
do you
that's
want?
Oh,
opinion.
okay. Hey. I don't respect.
John, but think about it. They don't give out MVPs like Oprah was giving out cars on her show. You know this.
You get a car, they get a car.
That's too deep a subject for us to go into tonight. Because see, I got plenty of resource material on that.
John, you know what?
Oh,
I knew you was gonna go down that route. That's why I threw you that alley right there. You ain't falling
I
for
know it. I really appreciate that. So, I don't slide into no whole pile of at any rate, I'm gonna say this. Last night, who was that cut off his route? Who was that cut his route off that deep?
That
Darnell
was
Mooney. Darnell
The
Mooney.
cat and scored and flipped. He stopped his route.
Man, look. That I remember the Falcons suspending either Peerless Price or somebody for not running their routes completely out. Because
it wasn't Peerless Price. It wasn't
but it was
him.
somebody else. It might have been somebody else. But that's a lesson for all of the kids. If you are assigned a route, run your route completely out. Run your route completely out because see, man, that was a touchdown. That was a touchdown, man.
Yeah.
And you can't, man.
That was it.
And you got to give it to Cousins because he put that ball on the rope.
He put it right where he was supposed to be.
You couldn't have put it any better than that.
He had the one thing I like about Cousins, and I say this, he has great touch when he actually is able to fully throw a football. He's got great touch, and he's getting that arm strength back, but you can see what the arm strength was because he threaded the needle with that pass to Kyle Pitts. When Pitts was in the middle of them linebackers where we started that drive on the 2 minutes, Pitts caught it and fell forward. He threaded the needle with that because the linebackers had great positioning. That was just a hell of a throw.
Yeah.
That was a hell of a throw.
He put it exactly where it needed to be. And there was someone clipped a play, and I think it might have been I can't remember when it was because they didn't even post when it was. I'm just gonna have to look at the game again and find it. Man, it was kind of like Kyle Shanahan was calling these plays because our receivers were open.
They were.
They were open.
Oh, he was throwing them open.
But Zach Robinson worked with Kyle Shanahan and Matt Bay.
Yep. And Sean McVay.
He gonna have a little semblance of. He know how to get them open. He just got
Ray McLeod it was a play early in the game where he hit Drake across the middle. Ray McLeod was running down the sideline. Wide open. John, I'm gonna tell you just what would have happened. If he would have threw that right down and put that on the rope to Ray, walk in 6, that whole stadium would have been silent. You hear me?
Yeah.
That stadium would have been silent right off the bat. And it wouldn't have been a home field advantage.
That's why I say
Philly done got a little soft since they got that trophy. Because they not as violent as they was before they had the trophy. That's why I said Steve was like, oh, when I saw his little post, he was like, man, this is an intimidating atmosphere. I'm like, nah. When they got that Super Bowl trophy, everything changed. They talk trash still, but it ain't as wild as it was during that time because they was violent during that time before the trophy got there. Violence.
That was the point I was gonna make because see, I remember when the 2 Live Stews went up there for a Falcons game, and they had to go into kung fu fighting mode back to back,
Yeah,
Back to back.
Because here's the thing, you had a jail cell in that stadium. You had a jail cell in that stadium back in the day, in the
Man,
but then, and this is the other thing people don't know. They used to have 2 active judges in that stadium with the jail cell.
God
John
damn.
that froze again. John will be back.
He probably taking the call.
I'm gonna bring him back on once he get out. But here's the thing, they done got soft up here because it wasn't like that. See, I was up here before they got the Super Bowl trophy. I got to watch what happened. Even Dennis told you that. When they got the trophy, everybody started to mellow out because they got what they wanted. You know what I'm saying? So they were hungry for so long, and they're still aggressive. They're still like that out here, but it's not like it was. Like right now, we starving to get a trophy. We starving to get one. I don't want just one. I told you what me as a fan. Right now, I'm an analyst. I told you what my idea was. We get our first Super Bowl trophy, and then we go back to back and go undefeated to break the Miami Dolphins record of 1972. That's my dream. Boy. That is my dream as a Falcons fan. I don't have to throw that out further out there, but professionally, I always try to keep it professional, even though we clown and stuff. But for once, I want to be a fan for once. I want to have us to where we win a Super Bowl and then win it back to back, and you have one of those years where we go undefeated and no one beats us.
Like them dogs, like them Bulldogs.
I'm gonna be real with you because guess what? Any team that breaks them, and what's funny, Mercury Morris said this. Morris said up front, he said, John, we can't see you yet, man. I think you're still working on that. We got you behind backstage, but Mercury Morris said, if anybody wins, he said, I got a couple of bottles of Cristal right here. He said, I'll pop them and we'll drink them with you because we know what that journey was like to get undefeated. We know what that journey was like to win a Super Bowl, and they did it back to back. Larry Little talked about that when he came into the cage, when we had that interview with him. He talked about how much of a madman Don Shula was. He talked about how hard it was, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy to think about it, and you look back at it. Do you know what would happen if the Falcons went 17-0?
Oh
man, we just want to
get him shut down. Shut down.
I'm not just wanting to win one. I want us to make a statement that when we win one, we got that statement, bro.
I would be happy if we went.
William, what's up, man?
What up, William? I was asking you go live about the Kansas Chiefs this week Thursday. Whatever you get a chance.
We doing it Thursday. Wait a minute. You got back on here to ask that question, man. I see you in the chat. I was gonna answer it.
Yeah, man.
That's loyalty.
No,
come on, man. Get that.
That's
freaking loyalty.
Hey, I'm sitting back like, hold up. I'm thinking he had something serious.
That's loyalty. Oh, bro, we appreciate that. We appreciate that.
Hey, we appreciate that. That just threw me off, man. I literally forgot what the hell I was saying.
Hey. 17-0. Making a statement.
Yeah. 17-0 making a statement. But I mean, just for a second, I'm normally never delusional, but for a second I wanted to be delusional. What if we do go 18-0? Well, really 19-0 now. But what if we do go 19-0?
I'm calling out for work for about a couple of days.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Slap drunk.
I'm finding a way to get to Atlanta.
Okay,
we all gonna chip in. We all gonna chip in on some damn lemon pepper wet and some fries.
Ain't nobody going to work for about a week if that happens.
Boy, they about to be so much unity going around the city. Boy,
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's gonna be a lot of amazing energy. It's gonna be people that's been looking to get bank loans. They can't get them. They gonna get stuff approved. That's gonna be the best time to be in Atlanta. You gonna have Jordans. You're going to have houses going on for sale for the low. It's going to be a bonanza of great energy around Atlanta.
I'll let them know, hey, man, I'll be to work on Wednesday. It ain't happening.
Yeah, though we got our work cut off for us against Patrick Mahomes, though, man. I don't want to lose for them. I want us to.
Hey, man,
they got chinks in their armor.
Hold on. Say that energy for Thursday, dog. No. This the party line, dog. We celebrating still. Don't bring that in here. You good? No, we want the dub. We celebrating the dub. When the last time you been in here? Wait a minute. When the last time you been in here celebrating the dub?
A couple of years ago.
Exactly. Most of the time we pissed off. This is a night that I said we celebrating the dub. We gonna talk about what happened. We gonna enjoy this because guess what? Wednesday we shifting the focus tomorrow to Kansas City, and we are gonna talk about Kansas City on Thursday. But man, we gotta enjoy this, man. We went into hostile territory and stole a win from the Eagles.
Nah, it's a good win though, cause a lot of teams, like I said, a lot of teams doubted us not to win.
Everybody doubted us.
I know a lot of teams. It's like a 93, 94% chance of them winning.
We had an 0-point cover chance of winning.
We didn't execute. We executed.
But here's the thing. I want y'all to look at that percentage. Look at the percentage of the Eagles. Since last year, they've had a 85 to 90% chance of blowing games. The last few games of the season, they blew their games. Even though they made the playoffs, they had an 85 to 90% chance of blowing games at the end.
That's coaching.
I'm gonna be out there, y'all boys, man. I'm gonna see y'all Thursday, man. I'm gonna get my ass back in the work, get to the station.
Yeah, man, get that money, man.
Get that money, man.
Get that money,
That's our boy, Mr. FMLA, man. Get that money, dog.
What the bread, man? Will you sweating in there?
Yeah.
Well, he done slid up out of there. Yeah, he's sweating in there.
I'm trying to what the hell he doing.
But Ryan, to answer your question, that's coaching, man. There ain't nowhere in the world that's coaching.
And that's arrogant, and that's playing arrogant football, because most of them losses that they had, they were really being arrogant on the play calling, because you know what it came from, because they did it to the Falcons yesterday. You underestimate your opponent just because you won that Super Bowl. They've been doing it since the Super Bowl and been losing since the Super Bowl. They got comfortable. That's all that is. It's not their bad team. It's not A.J. Brown down, because Devontae Smith is just as nasty as A.J. Brown.
He was killing us last night.
Yes, he was.
He was eating last night.
These games that they're barely losing is because of your arrogance. Now, one thing I can respect about our coaches is when they get a chance to kick a field goal, when they need to, they're going to do that. Now, in a dire situation, they're going to go for two. We see that. They're going to be a little risky, but that's part of the game. But a field goal could have sealed it from earlier in the game. They didn't even have to go that far. That one field goal that they tried to go for, when they tried to go for the two and got stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They should have, if they'd have kicked that field goal, even with scoring that touchdown, we would have lost. So y'all being unprepared ain't got nothing to do with us. I don't feel sorry for you. I don't feel sympathy for you, because if that was us and we had the lead and blew it,
you know what we would hear.
But we'd have been.
You know what? Hold on. You know what we gonna hear. It's just like here's Stephen A. Smith. It's just like the Atlanta Falcons to drop a ball game and do it just like they did. And now, but he had to sit back on the TV today. Shannon Sharp.
Y'all mad at us for stealing it, and I'm gonna be honest with you.
Shannon Sharp said it today. He said y'all can't be mad at the Falcons. I ain't got a dog in the fight. But guess what? The Falcons did what they were supposed to do. They won.
Let me tell you how I know they mad, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I did a lot of trolling today. I went in their groups, sat in their groups. I watched the reactions on YouTube. I went on Facebook, went in their groups to see what they saying, and it's like I'm happy. I'm at ease, because I still want you to doubt us, because the year we went to the Super Bowl, everybody counted us out the same way.
Man, even our own fan base. Wait a minute. Even our own fan base doubted, bro.
That's what I'm saying. And
we had to play Kansas City here.
Our fan base right now, and I hate to say this, because I did tell them, y'all need to drop your what's on the table sometime, because one thing about me, I love competition. I'm not never going to run from it. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's good, healthy competition, why would I run from it? Yeah. Man, I've been seeing fans scared of the ain'ts and talking about the Chiefs and this, that, and the third. And one thing that team showed me last night,
well,
like
brain.
Coach Raheem said, you can be happy, but don't be too happy because who next? Basically,
Who
in
next?
so many words.
Who next? Who next?
Let's just
Who
be
next?
real. And you know, one person that supported us, man, and y'all gonna laugh when I tell you this. One person that supported us, and you'd never believe who it was. It's Colin Cowherd.
Yeah, and he
he loved himself some Kirk Cousins. So he on the Falcon bandwagon. He ain't never been on the Falcon bandwagon.
Nah, not at all.
And think about it. He hate the dog. Look, he hate the dogs, but he on that bandwagon right now too.
No, and then he was the only one that said the Falcons did the right thing because we not, regardless of how bad Kirk Cousins is right now, we're not going to be picking in the top 10 at least for the next 2 seasons. So we might as well have got our quarterback right then.
Yeah.
As he said today, he said people. Yeah, go ahead, K-Dub, my bad.
No, go ahead. I ain't mean to cut you off.
I was saying this. I'm gonna let you get this one too. But as he said today, I want y'all to look at all the rookie quarterbacks in the NFL that had to jump in the frying pan, or the quarterbacks that were drafted as rookies. They're either getting benched or replaced. Everybody gave Atlanta grief for sitting Michael Penix on the bench because everybody wanted him to play and all this. Oh, y'all wasted money on Kirk. Okay, well, let's be real. The Green Bay Packers figured it out because guess what? Aaron Rodgers sat for 3 years. Jordan Love sat for 3 years. Jordan Love, unfortunately, is hurt right now, but let's be real. He came in lighting it up. Everybody is not going to be like a CJ Stroud to fall into a situation.
He can freaking anomaly.
Exactly. He fell into a good situation where they had pieces. Most rookies don't have that. Bryce Young is in hell right now.
As far as coaching, too. So
they doing Bryce Young dirty, man.
For him.
I mean, if you look at quarterbacks, like I'm sure everybody on this panel looks at quarterbacks. Nobody has the arm of Michael Penix in college football right now. So I mean, we made the right choice.
I just think.
Wait a minute, you saying with the rookies that came out, or are you saying like come up and come?
I'm talking about the ones coming up, like I see that are coming.
Milroe's the only guy that can compare to Michael Penix Jr. because of that deep ball. Milroe can sling that pill just like
Penix. He can sling it, but I don't think he's as accurate.
No, the deep ball is accurate. It's the intermediate passes that he's got to get more accurate on. But here's the scary part. He done had time to sit with Kalen DeBoer. We gonna find out when the dogs come down to Tuscaloosa what is that intermediate passing like. Because I think he's figured it out. As much as I hate to say that, he's figured it out. And they already saying that he's going to be a guy that he's going to surprise a lot of people when he gets drafted because that deep ball is just as accurate as his Penix. You can look at the numbers because he was actually up there. He and Penix had the best completion percentage with the deep ball, and it was the most accurate. And I don't even like Alabama. None of us do. But that kid right there, he got it.
I just feel like, I'm not taking nothing away from his arm. I just feel like he's better runner than passer than me. That's just my opinion. But
he got it better.
He has the rest of the season to show me, and then he can say he proved me wrong.
I just hope he don't go to Carolina.
But the other guy that I say that I would compare, I have to say Cam Ward is a dude that nobody ain't talking about.
Now,
who can do it all.
Yeah, Cam
Ward.
I like
Cam Ward over
Milroe.
What's his name? Milroe. Yeah, I like Cam Ward.
That's why I say, like right now, I feel like those are gonna be your two best deep ball passers when they get drafted. Cam Ward pretty much made a lot of money after he beat Florida. So whoever goes after him, and he's older, just like Penix, they gonna have a guy that's gonna sit for a year unless he starts right off the bat. Because there's a couple of teams that want him.
The Raiders.
I think if he go to the Raiders, they gonna be even more dangerous with a quarterback that can throw like that, and he can throw sidearm too.
They got the pieces.
That's why they wanted Michael Penix. You know why the Falcons took him, because they knew the Raiders were coming for him. He wasn't going to drop no further.
Nope. The Raiders was gonna take him, but they took Brock Bowers instead. Which that
was
a smart investment.
He doing his job though. He doing his job.
But you know what?
I'll wait on the quarterback.
Because here's the thing: you got Cam Ward coming out, you got Brady Cook coming out. I mean, and that's a slept-on dude right there out of Missouri. Brady Cook, people sleeping on that dude.
Yeah, he can ball.
Yeah.
He can ball.
Yeah.
So for me, oh, go ahead.
I like Missouri. I'm just saying, I like Missouri. You know, they always play us tough. You know, being a dog fan, so I vouch for Missouri having tough players come out of us.
What about the
Think
kid from
about it.
Tech?
And Brady was doing it. And think about it. Brady was doing that before Luther Burton got there. He did it with what we got at Georgia right now.
What about the kid?
You know
from
what I'm
Tech?
saying? One of
You
our
think
receivers that we got right now. That was one of his top. That was one of his favorite players. Dom Lovett. That was his favorite target.
You think the kid from Technical valid? Not.
Ewers.
Yeah,
Ewers. You talking about kid?
Yeah, I like Ewers, man.
I think he's got arm talent, but I think up here, I think he's got to get a little bit more mature up here.
Because I guarantee you, if he continue to get out, Manning gonna take his job and he ain't gonna get it back.
He can't do nothing now. He hurt.
Better do something. He ain't gonna get the job back.
I mean, like
he ain't
I
gonna
say,
get the job. He's not gonna get the job back.
Quinn Ewers has played big time ball for him, but like he said, the injury game is what you got to play. But
yeah,
Manning wasn't playing against anybody. Man, he better did what he did against UTSA.
God,
I mean, come on now. Right. You went
playing, but that's not the same UTSA that was actually good. A lot of their players got drafted, so they don't have anything.
But that's what I'm trying to get at. I don't want to poo him now. But do it against a Ole Miss, or do it against a Georgia or somebody like that. I don't want to see you doing that shit against UTSA.
We played them October 19th.
So here's my question I got for y'all, and we're gonna wrap this thing up. Now we're talking college ball. Let's incorporate the Falcons with this. What direction do you see the Falcons going into the draft next year?
Wide receiver. Probably linebacker. No, linebacker. I think
all right. Matter of fact, you know what? Give me 5 positions you think. Everybody's gonna get a chance to say it. Give me 5 positions that you think the Falcons are gonna go. Go ahead, Gray Beard. You already started.
Linebacker, wide receiver. I think we probably will go. We might actually draft another tight end. Craig Edmonds, I see us getting another tight end. Probably getting another defensive back. And maybe another tackle on the offensive line.
Rich?
I'm going to go. I could see us getting another center, another tackle, another wide receiver, another cornerback, and a linebacker.
Okay, Doug.
Well, I mean, them guys pretty much hit it, but I'll say, definitely another wide receiver to add to that mix. Definitely an offensive lineman. I can't say which position, but we'll find the best offensive lineman available when we pick. But we'll take an offensive lineman to shore up that offensive line. We'll definitely take a linebacker. We'll definitely take. I think we'll take another quarterback just to add to that room. Maybe a late quarterback late in the draft.
Yeah.
And then I think we take another defensive player. I want to say we take another. I probably say a cornerback, another cornerback to add to that room also.
All right.
I think is that 5? Okay.
You went 6. You went 6 on that one.
I'm sorry. I apologize, everybody. I wasn't counting. I was just.
What about you? What about you, historian?
In my first round pick, I'm taking a corner because we didn't take one this year, and we need a certified number 2.
TJ Tampa.
I'm still pissed about passing up on TJ Tampa, and he been holding it down in Baltimore. I said the dude was a player. Been saying it, but I'm going corner in the first round. And the reason I'm going corner is because right now we're still shuffling corners, and we don't even have a bona fide number 2. Mike Hughes had a solid game, but we still don't have a certified number 2 that we can say every week he's starting to right. He and AJ are starting this week. We don't have that, so I gotta go corner. I'm gonna go right tackle because you got to get McGarry's replacement. I'm going right tackle in the second round. I'll go center in the third round. I want to have some depth at that center because, again, Dahlman is up and down. He's inconsistent. I'll say for number 4, I want a wide receiver. The wide receiver class is so deep. It's so deep.
Yeah, it'll be deep next year.
It's so deep. And my thing is, we don't have to take a wide receiver at number 1. We don't. We got guys that you can bring in, and they could be like another Casey Washington, who's shown that they can play. At number 5, y'all might laugh when I say this, I got to go on the special team side of things.
A kicker?
I'm going to go punter.
Okay. I mean,
I'm going to go punter.
Yeah.
I got to throw a wild card in there. Here's my thing. You can get your rookie punter, and you can actually get rid of what we have right now.
You talk about Penny.
Punter we got, he's right. He's decent right now. I mean, he's been holding it down, but his thing, he's getting old. Penny's been doing his thing, but I'm gonna tell you this here. I'm going right to Georgia to go get Brett Thorson.
Oh, he'll fall in your lap.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to Georgia to go get Brett Thorson because for number 1, young guy. Number 2, very accurate with his corner kicks. And number 3, you got a guy that can he averages 50 yards a punt, over 50 yards a punt. So again, he can definitely have hang time, and he gives the coverage team a chance to set up that return man to be able to make a play. So a lot of people pass on special teams. I'm like Al Davis when it comes to looking at talent. I'm not going to pass up on talent, period. I'm not going to pass up on talent that you can use because let's look at it. Al Davis drafted 2 Hall of Fame kickers. One was a punter and Ray Guy. Rest in peace to Mr. Ray Guy, former South Georgia. He's a Georgia guy, came out of Southern Miss, but he's from the state. He drank from the same well we did. And then you got Sebastian Janikowski.
Yeah.
So again, if you're going to sit and here's the thing, if you're going to be in that situation, you got to start looking at other pieces that you can replace. The pieces that are unconventional that can fit while we got a good defense, while we got a good offense. You get what you want. Don't wait to get it when you need it. Get it when you want it. You get what I'm saying, fellas?
Yeah, I get you.
Oh, yeah.
Because special teams, people forget how big the third phase of the game is. Avery Williams definitely showed that against Pittsburgh with those great returns that he had to set us up.
Malone's still on the team. That's the only reason he's still on the team.
I forgot he's still on the team.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't because he made tackles on special teams all the time.
Special teams, he be the main
solid
one
player. Hey man, think about it. Don Beebe was a hell of a special team player. Steve Tasker was one of the best special team players of all time, and he was a receiver.
Bill Bates made a name of it.
Bill Bates. Exactly. Bill Bates was a free safety that ended up becoming one of the greatest special teams players of all time. Hank Bauer, that played for the Chargers back in the day, with that loaded Chargers team with Kellen Winslow and those guys. He was a starting running back, but lost his job to Chuck Muncie, but became one of the best special team players where he was averaging 20, 30 tackles a year on special teams. So I'm just saying, there's a ton of talent out here, and you have to look at special teams as a way that is going to win you ball games. So
I agree. I agree with that.
With that being said, we appreciate y'all for coming to the Partyline post game show, which was done the night after because, like I said, it was late last night. So I want to thank everybody for coming through. K-Dub, great bid, and last but never least, Mr. Rich into the building, man. We definitely appreciate y'all for stopping through tonight. But we gonna be here on Thursday, man.
A lot to chop up.
Hey, gotta get ready for Kansas City, baby.
A lot to chop up.
Man, I believe we can win now.
Oh yeah, we can win that game.
Because what I seen even from Philly and KC when I watched both their first games, if you spread their defense out, their defense really be trash because them big guys don't want to do no running. None of them do. That's what you didn't see Jalen Carter on the little clip with the oxygen thing on after chasing Bijan Robinson. You know how the camera be petty and they'll side shot to him. He had the thing on after he was chasing Bijan. I said,
yeah. And I told you when you see hands on hips, you see him out there on the oxygen, man. Then you bring in the tank on heavy artillery.
Hey,
Boy,
man.
you know it.
Them boys been on that pasta and them cheesesteaks up here. That's what's been happening.
Oh yeah, too many carbs, man, that'll kill you.
Yes, sir. Well, thank y'all for coming on again, man. We definitely will do this again tomorrow. Well, excuse me, Thursday night. When we preview the Chiefs coming into Atlanta with the Swifties, while we got to make this a hostile environment. So
yes, we do.
Thank y'all for coming through, and thank y'all for the viewers for coming through tonight, spending some time with us tonight. We appreciate you guys. We love y'all. And September 20th, last day for the tickets. Please, please, please purchase your tickets.
Get the ticket.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So y'all have a good night, and we'll see y'all Thursday. Peace.
Peace.
Hey.